Last time I was in Youth Academy Chansave, we won the Super Pohopowski for just the third time in 9 attempts. And it was our first step towards a domestic treble. How well could we do in the league and in the Champions League before the transfer window ended? Let's find out together, shall we? The first game we had was against Cracovia and we beat them by 2-0 to finally get ourselves a good situation. For the longest of times though, we weren't winning this game and it took them getting the player sent off and us scoring the 88th and 92nd minute to get the win. And Smolek's goal was quite a nice finish, but we left it a bit too late for my liking, but at least we still won, which is better than nothing. We then took and gone in Subshare and drew 2-2, where a 90th minute equaliser was required to get a share of the spoils, despite the fact we are leading at half-time by 0-0. So this is not ideal, and if it wasn't for Davidovic getting the equaliser, we would have lost this game, and I'm not happy with the fact that we had to rely on a late equaliser just to get a share of the spoils against a team I feel we should be beating, but there you go. The next game we had was against Wisla Plock, and we are winning this game by half-time, 3-0, and by that point, there was not much they can really do to stop us, even if they scored within 3 minutes of the second half. By that point, we'd already won the match, so all 3 points here. Our 100% home record continues. We then took on Lech Poznan and we conceded a 91st minute equaliser to deny us our first victory away from home this year. And we honestly were the better team. I just felt like we were unlucky not to have won the match when we were the better team for the longest of time. So if only we had held on for all 3 points, I genuinely felt like we should have got a win here. And I'm not just saying that, I believe it because of the stats as well. So can we do better next time out? Well, we took a Maribor next and beat them 3-0 in the Champions League Champions Path playoff first leg. And once we had this result, I knew that we were going through to the Champions League phase. So happy days. I just want to make sure we continue to win in the Champions League and progress as far as possible again. The next game we had was against Pogon Swetsin and we beat them 2-0 after Robert Kowalski got a brace. A happy result, and it made me very delighted with the fact that he's back in the goals after ending his goal drought that he was suffering from at the end of last year. Yeah, the fact he had a goal drought is a bit concerning to me, but what can you do? And in the second leg of the Champions League, we beat Maribor by 1-0, Robert Kowalski scoring the only goal of the game for a free kick. It was a nice finish, and I just wish we did this earlier, but we won 4-0 overall, and our reward was not pleasant. The last game we had was against Kotwica Kozek, and we beat them by 2-0, thanks to 2 goals very early on in the second half. And I was genuinely concerned we weren't going to beat them for a second, and given they've lost every game they've had this year before we met them, my fears were made very blatant with the fact that we only scored with 2 shots on target, so why could we not do this early on is the question now. Still though, we're currently in second place in the league. Of all teams to be top of the table, I was not expecting the current team to be up there. Wolf were not the team I was expecting to be up there after so many years away, but they are a team that's got history and pedigree to their name, having won the league 14 times in the past, but having no league titles since the 80s. So it's been so long since they won a trophy that I don't think many of their fans at this point in the save would even have been alive. Given it's been, what, 50 years since they last won a trophy? The top flight trophy, no less. It's going to be a while. They did win the cup in 96, but no trophies of major quality since the longest of times. That's going to be a bit weird for them, surely. But still, we are in second place. We take them on next in the league, in fact. So that'd be a good test for us to see if their 6 wins out of 6 is just a really good start, or if they actually mean business if they can get a result at our ground. Given we've got the best attack in the league, given we are the most dominant side in recent years, and we're looking to win a record-breaking 6th title in a row, this could be a huge moment for them. But I mentioned about the Champions League, and I should talk about this now. Because we're in the Champions League phase, so that's good, but we might have had the worst draw I've ever had in the Champions League, and that says a lot. So, first game, Anderlecht at home. Then the next game is Slavia Prague at home before the difficult draws begin. Sevilla away, Liverpool at home, Barcelona away, Lyon away, Atletico Madrid at home, Bayern Munich away. So, this is not nice. This is really bad. And I'm just going to go through this list, and we're actually quite high in this list. It's actually really productive here. And we're actually above Sevilla. So Sevilla are a pot 3 team. We're a pot 3 team. So how do we get to the top 3 teams in the competition in pot 1? Pot 2 had Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, which is down here. Pot 3 was Sevilla and was Anderlecht. They're literally the 2 teams below me here, so there's that. Then you got Slavia Prague and Lyon below as the pot 4 teams. So, am I unlucky to have gotten them when I could have got some of the nicer teams? Potentially. I really do think like we could have got a better draw, but I don't know. It's weird that we've got perhaps some of the hardest draws, but if you look at the teams in this competition still, I don't think there's any good draws at this point, apart from potentially Sparta Prague instead of Sevilla, but that's just me. I don't know. It's just a bit frustrating. We could have gotten some nicer draws, but if we can do what we did last year, then maybe we can do well and have a good time. So I'm now going to be looking for Polish teams in other competitions, and in the Europa League, there's actually 2 teams. So Lech Poznań and Wisla Krakow are both in this. So there's actually 3 Polish teams so far in the group stages of European competitions. I say group stages, it's league phases, but you get the point. As for the Conference League, there's not a single team. Nobody got there, so we're going to find what happened to them. Legia Warsaw lost to Wolfsberger, which is not great since they are not a team loaded, but wow, that's embarrassing for them. Well, Wisla Block actually lost to Ajax, so actually, fair play, they got to this stage. It was just unfortunate they had to take on Ajax of all teams, so at least we know what's happened to 2 of our teams. At least we've got 3 teams in the league phase of European competition for the very first time. I don't remember the last time we've had more than 2 teams. It's been a long, long time. In fact, if you look at this year for the coefficients, we're actually the 6th place right now out of all the nations, and that's promising. It's just unfortunate Ukraine, who we're looking to overtake, have had a better season than us so far. But I hope that with the 3 teams in European competitions, this could be a very good year, and could be our best year since we've got the 10.2 rating. So that'd be useful. The fact that a 5.4 and a 7.5 is our worst 5 years so far is interesting, and I hope we can surpass both of those and get closer towards a 9.0 or 10.2 seasons than anything else. So I hope that goes well. I should also talk about some players that I let go out on loan, and this guy's one of them. He's in the 2nd tier of Polish football this year, played quite a few times already, so that's good. Erdogan has gone out on loan to Turkey. He's played a game so far, not being very good, but he's played a game. Busic is playing as well. Unfortunately, I didn't check who they were and where they were in the first place, so he's playing the 2nd tier. At least he's getting first team football, so I hope he'll improve regardless, even if he's too good for the level. Gokowski's out in a different country. He's with our new affiliates, and I hope he can get some first team football, even if he's only been playing from the bench, which is not great, but I hope he can get better first team football soon. We sent one of our good goalkeepers out to our division, so he's playing in the top flight this year, which is going to be great for his personality and his development, and I really hope he continues to thrive. That being said, we've sent out another goalkeeper out on loan to Copper this time. He's played for them in the European competition, so happy days there. Lasker also went to the Copper, and I think he's been played as a midfielder, which is very awkward. He's also injured, so that doesn't help his case. And we've also sent out another player. This time he's out in Valentori. I think he's going to get some first team football, but that might just be me. But we're keeping sending out these players out on loan, and maybe this is one of the very few players I'm not so concerned about. The fact he's been banned for one English match, I don't know how he's been banned for one English match, is saying a lot. Who did he even take on? But yeah, he's in the 2nd tier this year, and I hope he gets some first team football and develops. And we just keep on sending players out on loan, and Sosi Bruges came in and said, we'll take him out on loan. They better start playing him more soon, because I can recall him. So, well, yes, I can recall him, so there's that. Hopefully I can recall anytime I want. And then I sent some more players out on loan, and this time to Lisa, who is looking good. So that's a good sign that we've got a player out on loan to them. He's made a sub appearance so far. If he doesn't get first team football, I'll just recall him back anyway, because I literally can do that. And then Kokovia took out one of our other goalkeepers. So he's a good first team goalkeeper for this division. He's literally signed transfer deadline day. I want him to get a full season in the top flight this year, because he did half a year last year. I think if he gets a full season this year, then that's great, and it will be really useful for his development. So that's my aim for this. Especially if Novak decides he wants to leave, I think this guy's his replacement long term, and I really hope he does well and he doesn't leave me, because I want Novak to stay forever. But this guy's a good backup if he does go. So after everything that's happened, we're actually now predicted in second place, and I think we're now part of the top 3 conversation. Swakov have lost their tycoon owners, so they're forced to sell players, I think, to survive. I think, and yeah, their tycoon owner left them, and their new owner came in and then scaled down his funding, then withdrew his funding, so it's not looking good for the team that once had a tycoon takeover, and that's just 2 years ago. So I really feel sorry for them at this point, but hopefully they do well, especially with my former backroom staff member working for them now. But either way, David Davis is now officially the best player in the league, which is saying a lot, and I think he is a superstar. So I will say the fact he's upset I didn't let him go to Hull City in the Premier League is going to annoy me more than I want to admit, but I'll just make sure he sees past that, because I can just extend his contract anytime I want. He's got a 5-year deal with me effectively, so he is not going anywhere. Either way though, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like and share this video, and that you also subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.